Welcome back for another episode of Carry On Tourism Talks with Explore Houma. Tara, what are we doing today?
Well, you know, school is out and summer fun is heating up. We are in Louisiana's Bayou country, which is a fishing destination. So, can you guess what we're doing?
We must be fishing today.
We are. So we have our official destinations guide. We're going to check out the Bayou Country Fishing Trail and see where we're heading to today.
All right, Tara, let's see what you done got me into now. Okay, get ready for the catch of a lifetime. I think you should point to where we're going, but you got to close your eyes.
All right, let's see.
All right, y'all. We're going to Parish in Louisiana. Probably not the best time to tell you this. This is the first time I've ever been fishing.
What? Who's that? That's a game warden. You have your license?
What license?
Girl, you better run. All right, y'all, we were just joking. We actually invited him.
That's right. We are here with Lieutenant Sander. He is with the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries Enforcement. Thank you so much for being here, Lieutenant.
Thank you for having us.
For those of you that don't know, Louisiana's Bayou country is well known for its fishing. So of course, we invited Lieutenant Sander here to talk about fishing with us. Okay, let's just assume everyone is like me and they don't know anything about fishing, whether they're fishing commercially, personally, or whatever. Can you break down some of the rules and where you guys come in as it pertains to fishing?
So we're here to protect the resources and also protect the people of the state. That's our primary goal. As far as licensing goes or what you need, commercial and recreational is going to be kind of two different levels.
Okay.
Commercial licenses for a first-time buyer, for commercial license, that's going to have to be done via Baton Rouge in person. And that's going to be in relation to, you're going to need your commercial fishing license and whatever gear that you may be trying to use commercially. As far as recreational goes, you're going to be required to have a recreational basic license, and if you're down in the saltwater areas like we are near our Parish WMA, you're going to need a saltwater fishing license. And if you decide you want to take advantage and utilize our WMA, you're also going to need a WMA access permit.
Is that why we almost got arrested earlier, because we didn't have that?
Y'all are pretty quick in those Reeboks.
We got our Cajun Reeboks on.
I was trying to fit into the Cajun lifestyle, but as he said, you need a license. Okay, so break it down a little bit more.
Yes, ma'am. As to on our WMA, so as far as the license goes with that WMA access permit, that's going to be required for any persons that would like to utilize that WMA.
Okay.
Additionally, prior to accessing the WMA, we have a self-clearing station. They're positioned kind of strategically in different areas around the WMAs.
Okay.
And what you would do is you can either use the paper copy, which is supplied at the station, or we actually have an app too. You can, and basically you're signing in, showing the time of entry and the time of exit of that WMA. It's just clearing you to use the WMA.
Okay, so if I'm on side of the road, I'm fishing, you pull up, I don't have my license, well, what happens? Do you take me away in handcuffs like on cops?
Just try to encourage the person to buy a license. To me, that's a leeway that I think I can afford people. So if they have the ability to purchase a license right there on the spot, that's what we try to do.
Nice.
And I think it benefits both the department and the public at the same time.
Now we are talking, you know, there's such a variety of fishing in Louisiana's Bayou country. You can fish on side the road. So if I were to come out here with my family, fish off the pier, tell me a little bit about life jacket safety. I know you need one to be out on the boat. Do you need one on side the road?
No, ma'am, you don't. There are certain areas in our state that we have like beach access. That would be like kind of Jefferson Parish and stuff, or Grand Isle. Okay. Elmer's Island is a WMA that has beach access. If you choose to utilize that area or to fish in that area, recreate in that area, I would recommend a life jacket. We have riptides and undertows that can be pretty hazardous. Oh. And a PFD is just extra precaution.
In a boat, on land, it's safe to have a life jacket.
Yes, ma'am. If you're entering the water, I think a PFD is a safe way to go.
And PFD?
PFD, personal flotation device.
Personal flotation.
And while we're on acronyms, you continue to use WMA. What does that stand for?
Wildlife Management Area.
Okay, got it. Y'all got that? Okay. So tell me, what are some of the best parts about your job?
The interaction with the people, caring about the resource. I grew up in recreating, fishing, hunting, and I actually have part in trying to conserve what I love.
I love that. And if you had to influence a tourist to stop in to Louisiana's Bayou country for a fishing expedition, what would you tell them? Why should they come?
Our fishing is, like you said, it's known around the world. We have a fishery that I think far exceeds most other coastal states. And I believe that it's something that's phenomenal and worth sharing with others.
I could not agree more.
So we really wanted to invite this game warden here because sometimes when you hear it, it's shed in a negative light. Like, they are not here to, come get you in trouble, but they are here to enforce the rules and regulations to keep everybody safe, because we want you guys to come here and fish.
And be safe.
And be safe, yes. So thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you taking your time. It's a little warm out here, so we're excited to have you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Woke up this morning with the sunrise in my eyes. Just like a new day, a breath of fresh air in my life. I don't know how, don't know why, but I'll be toasting all my life.
So we just learned all the rules of fishing. We talked to the warden. I feel like I kind of know what I'm doing.
Yeah, he wasn't a bad guy. Wardens aren't bad guys.
He's not a
Yeah,
bad guy.
not a
We
bad guy.
established that.
We've established
Thank you, Lieutenant Sanders. Okay, so according to Explore Homa's official destination guide, there is a fishing trail.
Yeah, so we just recently launched the Louisiana's Bayou Country Fishing Trail. So you get this destination, you can see all the good places to catch a fish, what kind of fish you're gonna catch, what the seasons look like, that sort of thing. So definitely wanna pick up that guide if you're interested.
There's a little QR code here.
There is.
That's cool. So like wherever you are, you can use what does the QR code tell you where you can go?
It'll show you where the trail leads you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So it says here that Explore Homa is one of the top fishing destinations in the entire country. That's so crazy because we live here. And sometimes I feel like we take it for granted. It's so awesome.
We do, and especially when you have people traveling from all over the world. They come because where we're stationed along the Gulf, we have such diverse opportunities for fishing. There's saltwater, there's freshwater, there's brackish. You can fish inshore.
Offshore.
Offshore. You can fish off the side of the road. You can fish in a kayak. It's just the opportunities really are endless. And when you get out here and you get to experience our waterways and our landscapes, you really see why we are the top fishing destination.
You want to know something?
What's that?
I learned today that Terrebonne Parish is the saltwater fishing capital of the world. Did you know that?
I believe it. I didn't know that, but I believe it. I mean, like I said, people come everywhere, from everywhere, because they're gonna catch a fish.
Yes.
If you're offside the road, you're gonna catch a fish. You can throw a crab net. You can throw, we're gonna just keep going.
No
But
boat, no problem.
no boat, no problem. Who's that over there?
I don't know. He looks familiar. Wait. Is that Kaylin?
Kaylin,
Kaylin?
what are you doing?
Ladies,
Of course we bump into you out here.
Let us help you out.
doing?
I don't want to fall in.
What y'all doing out here?
Hanging out at your spot, PAC Kayak.
Threw a line in.
It's definitely my spot. I just finished catching some redfish and speckled trout in the marsh. Kind of hot, so I came in to get a cold drink from Pat Kayak.
Oh, let's fan you with our official destination guide. That's how we've been getting around today.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, it's definitely a large area with a lot of opportunities, so it's easy to get lost. So that's a very good piece of tool to have.
You want to look at it?
Sure,
It's
why
so
not?
cool. It's new. So based on our guide, what is your favorite place to fish?
Well, based off of this guide, I would say my favorite place to fish would be Pointe-à-Cher #1 and Coquetry #2.
Okay, so we got to ask why.
Well, Pointe-au-Chien has a very special place in my heart because when I was in college and I first started kayak fishing, this is actually the area where I learned how to kayak fish. So it just has a lot of memories, a lot of special times for me.
All right, Kaylin, so we're all in Pointe-au-Chien, Louisiana right now. What makes this such a great fishing destination?
Well, this is a good fishing destination because it's so diverse. There's so many different ways you can fish. There's so many different species you can target. If you don't want to go fishing, you can go crabbing. For me personally, I love this area because when I first started kayak fishing, this is the area that I came and taught myself how to kayak fish.
Wow.
Even before that, my brother used to take me fishing on Island Road whenever we were younger, and we used to fish on side the road. It looked totally different than what it looks right now, but the fishing is just as good as it was back then. And oh yeah, and fishing out of a boat with my uncles back here as well. I just have so many good memories. I can never forget them.
Because there are so many different opportunities, right?
Yes.
Like you said, offside the road, in a kayak, and a charter boat.
Oh yeah, so many different opportunities, and I mean sheephead, redfish, black drum, speckled trout, flounder, croaker, crab, shrimp. I mean, you name it. Pointe-au-Chien has it.
There are schools of porpoises that you can see almost on every trip here, in addition to these beautiful wild horses that just roam the area. I believe they drink the salt water, if I'm not mistaken. And there are also Indian mounds, which not many people know about, but they're these mounds that you can see around here that are made up of shells that are very sacred to our Native Americans that inhabit here. So it's not just fishing, it's a whole experience. Would you say that?
Absolutely. There's so much history behind this whole area. I mean, just with the horses, with the natural resources that we have here, it's a lot of history. And if you really dive deep into the history books, you can find out a lot of things about this area.
How often do you go fishing?
I would like to say every weekend, and I try to go during the week as well if my schedule permits.
Now, what about, obviously it's summertime in Louisiana, it's a little warm. Are there seasons to fish?
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
And it's every season.
Every season. I like that. Yes.
Louisiana, you can fish every single day of the year if you want. The wintertime is not too cold. The summertime is not too hot. You don't have to worry about ice all over the place as far as like the lakes or something icing over. It's amazing. You can really fish all year long, and that's what I do. So
We are Louisiana's bayou country for a reason because we have so much, we are more water than land. We have 5 major bayous and a whole lot of small ones. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity for inshore fishing.
yes,
Tell us a little bit more about why it's so important to keep our waterways clean.
you got to think about our future. Kids, grandkids, and just future generations. If we don't keep our environment clean and keep the trash out of the waterways, it may not be here for them to experience it.
Kaylin, you've told us all we need to know about kayak fishing, keeping our waterways clean, and just some of your memories, fond memories of fishing in Louisiana's bayou country. Now me and Tara are feeling a little more adventurous. Where should we go to for our next adventure, specifically charter fishing?
Okay, well, if you want to go on a good charter fishing trip, and if you want to go either inshore or offshore, I recommend going to Cocotree. They have some great charter captains out there, and the fishing is just as great. Also, if you're trying to get offshore, that'll be your best area to get, to that destination.
Looks like we're going to Cocotree.
I'll meet you there. I think I'm gonna hop in a kayak with Kaylin. I wanna go see those porpoises and those horses close up, so I'll see you in Cocotree.
All right.
right, y'all, welcome back to Carry On. We are still talking fishing, and we are out here in the great wide open with the Gulf of Mexico right behind us. We are on Coco Charter's charter trip with Captain Josh Allender. Josh, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So we are so excited because this episode we are talking fishing, and we've talked to our game warden about the safety and regulations when it comes to fishing. We've talked to our kayak angler, Kaylin Johnson, about off-the-road fishing, no boat, no problem. And now we want to talk to you a little bit more about charter fishing trips. So can you tell us what to expect when you come out on a charter fishing trip with Coco?
Okay, so it just depends what you're going for. So whether you want to go on an inshore charter trip, like an area we're in now, or you want to go offshore in the Gulf of Mexico. So days can last anywhere from 6 hours to 12 plus hours long. We also do overnighters too, if you really want to go hardcore. But we take care of it all. So you can call us, hire us, and all you got to do is show up with your food, drinks, and fishing license, and we take care of the rest.
That's incredible. I love that you just make this a very easy experience for visitors that are coming from out of town. What kind of fish can they expect? I know it's different for inshore versus offshore, so can you break down a little bit about what kind of fish and why is this such a fishing mecca right where we are?
Absolutely. So we are literally in one of the best places in the world to fish. Louisiana has such fertile waters. People coming from around the world to fish here. It's awesome. So inshore trip, typically redfish or speckled trout, which is one of our local favorites, right? Good old fried speckled trout is hard to beat. And offshore, good old red snapper to mangrove snapper to grouper, tilefish, tuna, swordfish.
Is anybody else hungry? So we heard you say that this is the Mecca. And when you say this, you mean Cocodrie, Louisiana, correct?
Correct, and actually it's just Louisiana as a whole on the coast.
Louisiana, remember guys, Louisiana is the #1 saltwater fishing capital of the world. That's right.
It's self-claimed, but
That's right. So could you explain why that is? Give us some in-depth information about the fertile waters and...
So it starts with the Mississippi River. That's kind of our bloodline. And that creates just fertile waters where we have great vegetation in the water, which also attracts smaller fish, which smaller fish attract bigger fish, and then it keeps going down the line. And that's why we have so many fish here.
And that's why people travel all over the world every year.
That's correct.
So what would you say is your busiest season? Because we just heard from a very popular angler that you can fish all year round.
Absolutely.
Out here in Louisiana's Bayou country.
So I would say the busiest time is coming into summertime. June is usually the busiest month by far. But I've done well every single month out of the year.
And so once we wrap up our charter trip, you know, we come out here, you show us the best places to catch fish because you're going to catch fish no matter what, correct?
Correct.
And then what happens when we get back to the dock? Do you clean that fish? Like, what happens to it afterwards?
Absolutely. So we clean the fish for you, we package it for you to take home, or you can take it up to Coco Marina and actually have them cook it for you.
Oh, a little catch and cook right there.
A catching, wait, so what's a catch and cook? I'm still learning here.
So literally, like, we'll clean the fish for you, bag it up, and then you just take it up to the restaurant and say, hey, I would like y'all to fry this or blacken it, and they'll do it for you.
No wonder why y'all are so popular. That's awesome.
I mean, talk about a fresh catch, huh?
Yes, that's awesome. So you come, you charter a boat, y'all do the driving, you get beautiful scenic views, and y'all cook the food.
Correct.
That is awesome.
Doesn't get any better, seriously.
It doesn't get any better.
So we are out here. I don't know about you. I think you want to enjoy.
I got to be honest, y'all. I knew that charter fishing is perfect for those who like to leisure, right?
Correct.
So like, let's say you're not so interested in the fishing. You want to have a girls' trip. Paint the picture for us. What can we do?
So you call me and say, hey, we just want to have a good time, maybe do a little booze cruising, lay out, get some sun. You just let me know what you want to do. We'll figure out a time and we cater to you. So we do what you want to do.
What do you say, Nicole?
Booze cruising?
You booze cruise, I'll catch dinner for tonight.
There you go.
I'm with it.
And before you start, you got to go get a bushwhacker from the Coco Marina.
Wait, what's a bushwhacker?
Bushwhacker is heaven in a cup, really. But strong heaven in a cup.
Wait, is that a joke? Did that go over my head?
No,
That's
meaning
a
that
real-
it's really good.
Oh,
it's just a chocolate. It's like, have you ever had a Wendy's Frosty?
Yes, I think I've seen that on your menu before.
Yes.
That's another thing. Make sure because y'all have a restaurant attached to.
Yeah, so we have a bar inside of our restaurant there at Coco Marina.
Oh, the menu is amazing, the drinks. This is the perfect vacation getaway.
It really is.
You can book a room, charter a boat, then go back, get some drinks, and eat what you caught for the day.
And we have a pool if you want to go lay out by the pool, do a little swimming after. Even a splash pad for the kids.
Y'all have stolen my heart. Well, Tara, can we go do that thing? He said, what was it called?
Booze cruising.
I want to go booze cruising.
Let's go.
Hold it steady. Just hold it steady. Oh,
The shark got it. The shark took my fish. No good, dirty dog. Oh, you need some manpower for this.
What do they do when they catch the big one? This little tiny fish, I couldn't even reel it in.
We got it.
you got a fish.
So we just caught 2 speckled trout out here in Cocodrie, Louisiana, and we got the real experience as it pertains to getting a charter from Coco Charters. It was awesome.
We had a great time. That's all the time that we have for this episode of Carry On. We'll see you next time.